Hi students, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today our topic of discussion is the past paper regarding GCSE chemistry. So without wasting the time, we are going to solve the first question, that is soluble salt are formed by reacting metal oxides with acid. Give one other type of substance that can react with an acid to form a soluble salt. So here, like the first one hint that is given, the soluble salt are formed by reacting metal oxide with acid. But the question is, that is, give one other type of substance. Like instead of metal oxide, we can use the other type of substance. Like you know that we can use the metal or metal hydroxide or metal carbonate react with any acid to form soluble salt. For example, I am going to use metal hydroxide like sodium hydroxide react with an acid that is HCl to form soluble salt, that is NaCl, along with water molecule. So here you can see that we use metal hydroxide, that is like the other type of substance that can react with an acid to form a soluble salt. So here we have to write the equation, and as well as we have to write the theory as well. Like we can use metal hydroxide, metal carbonate by reacting with acid to form soluble salt. Now the question number 2, that is calcium nitrate contain calcium ions and NO3 negative ions. So give the formula of calcium nitrate. So first of all we have to say that calcium, that is positive 2 charge, that is going to react with like nitrate. So nitrate here, that is 1, but the nitrate charge is -1. So we need the 2 nitrates to balance it, like here, because when the 2 nitrate that have like the -2 charge overall, the -2, that will balance out the calcium charges. So now the formula will be, we can write CaNO3 whole twice. That is the formula. Okay, question number next is 1.3. Describe a method to make pure dry crystal of magnesium sulfate from a metal oxide and a dilute acid. So here I already pasted a diagram that will help you to understand, because the question is, the marks are about like the 6 marks, so it means you have to write the theory as well as you have to write the diagram. So the first of all we will see that what happening here. So first, heat acid until warm. So it means in the beaker we need to take the acid, that is like H2SO4, and like dry crystal of magnesium sulfate. So we need to form magnesium sulfate. So it means we need the base, that is magnesium oxide, and the acid, that is sulfuric acid, because we need to find the end product, that is magnesium sulfate. So now first of all we need to take like the insoluble metal or base or the carbonate. Like here we need to use magnesium oxide in beaker first, while in the beaker second we need sulfuric acid. So first of all, the first step is warm dilute acid and as well as stirring it. And now we need to add slowly the magnesium oxide into the warm dilute acid. And after stirring, so now the step 2, that will be filter mixture to remove excess base like the magnesium oxide and transfer solution to evaporation basin. So it means now we need to filter that solution. So now after the filtration, so there will be like the filtrate and the residue that are going to be separated. So here during the filtration we will use filter funnel, filter paper, and here the another beaker that containing filtrate. And now the step 3. Step 3 is the evaporating water from the solution using a Bunsen burner until the crystals appear. So now the next one, that is during the evaporating water from the solution. So during evaporation while heating, so what happen here, a crystals formation appear in the solution. So now here the solution becomes more concentrated. Why? Because of the water is going to be evaporate. Now the step 4. Step 4 is the last step in which remove evaporating basins from heat and allow filtrate to dry and crystallize. So here we have the end product, that is magnesium sulfate. So that is the way in which we can achieve the full marks. Now question number 2. Question number 2 is about the metal and metal compound. Iron pyrite is an ionic compound. Fig 1 shows the structure for iron pyrite. So here the black dots or the black balls indicated iron, while here the transparent balls that indicated sulfur. So determine the formula for iron pyrite by using the fig 1. So here we will see that each iron is bonded with the 2 sulfurs. So it means the formula will be Fe S2. That is the answer. Now question number 2.2. An atom of iron is represented by 5626 Fe. So here first of all, as we know that the 56 is the mass number and the 26 is the atomic number. So give the number of proton, neutron and electron in this atom of iron. So first of all, as we know that the iron in this state, there is no positive or negative charge. So it means that the iron is neutral one. So in neutral case, the number of proton is equal to number of electron, and we know that the number of proton is the atomic number of that atom. So here the atomic number is 26. So number of proton is 26 and number of electron that also 26. While what will be the number of neutron? For finding the number of neutron, the formula is atomic mass is equal to, as we know that the atomic mass is equal to proton plus neutron, while the neutron will equal to proton minus atomic mass. here the neutron will equal to atomic mass minus atomic number or the number of proton. So here the number of proton is equal to 26 while the atomic mass is 56. So when we subtract it, so the answer will be 30. So it means here the number of neutron will equal to 30. Okay, question number next 2.3. That is, iron is a transition metal. Sodium is group 1 metal. Give two differences between the properties of iron and sodium. So as we know that this iron is transition metal and sodium is in group 1 metal. So first basic identification or the basic difference between the properties of iron and sodium is, so we have to write that sodium is soft as compared to iron. That is the first property in which we can write the sodium is hard as compared to iron. What will be the next property? The next property, as the sodium is, because we know that sodium is readily react with water, sodium is readily react with oxygen, so it means that sodium is more reactive than iron. So here sodium is more reactive than iron. Okay, now the next question is 2.4. Question is, the nickel is extracted from the nickel oxide by reduction with carbon. Explain why carbon can be used to extract the nickel from the nickel oxide. Because you know that that is the displacement reaction or the replacement reaction in which, like for example, A that is going to react with B and C to form here A, B plus C. In this case, we are going to use carbon for the extraction of nickel from nickel oxide. Why? Because carbon is more reactive. Because carbon is more reactive as compared to nickel. So what happened here? The carbon will replace or displace the nickel from nickel oxide. So as we know that it means that the carbon will remove the oxygen from nickel oxide as well. So here carbon with react with the nickel oxide, it will form, for example here, let's suppose we are going to take 2 moles of nickel oxide. So here it will form the 2 moles of nickel plus carbon dioxide. So it means here you can see that carbon eliminate the oxygen from the nickel compound. Now question number 2.5. 2.5 is about the calculating the percentage economy of for the reaction to produce nickel. So here the relative masses are given. Give your answers to a 3 significant figure. So first of all, as we know that we need to find the percentage of atom economy. The percentage, for the percentage of atom economy, we need to find the total molar ratio of the reactant. So total of reactant. So here the reactants are nickel oxide and copper, while the nickel oxide is 75 and the carbon is 12. So 75 plus 12, that equal to 87. So now for finding the nickel, the percentage economy of the nickel, so for that we need to divide the nickel atomic mass divided by the total molar ratio of the reactant is equal to, that is the percentage atom economy. For percentage we need to multiply by 100. So that is about, we need to calculate in three significant fig. So here while during the calculation the answer is 67.8160. So we need to convert the percentage atom economy in three significant figure, so that the answer will be 67.8. That is the answer. Okay, question number 3, that is taken from the electrochemistry, because here the chemical reaction can produce electricity. So here the fig is given, that shown a simple cell. Here the electrode A, electrode B and the electrolyte that is present, and there is like a voltmeter that is also present. So the question is, which of these the combination would not give a zero reading on the voltmeter in fig 2? So for finding here, we need to check that the electrode A and electrode B must be different, must be made up of metals, and also the electrolyte contains some ions. So here in the first case, electrode A, electrode B that have the same case, so it means that will be not. Electrode A and electrode B in second one, zinc, that is again same. While in third one we can see that electrode A is made up of copper and electrode B is made up of zinc, and electrolyte is also contains sodium chloride solution. So sodium chloride solution contain ions that help to conduct electricity. So it means the answer will be C. Okay, next question, that why do alkaline batteries eventually stop working? Because we know that like when the reactant is used up, so then the battery eventually stop working. So the answer will be reactant is used up. Okay, the next question, why can alkali batteries do not be recharged? Because just to need to understand, because that is irreversible. The reaction is irreversible. Like the reaction is not reversible. Okay, next question, that is hydrogen fuel cell and rechargeable lithium ion batteries can be used to power electric cars. Complete the balance equations for the overall reaction in the hydrogen fuel cell. So as we know that here is hydrogen react with the oxygen to form water molecule, and during balancing, so here it will be like we need to put here 2 because of the 2 oxygens. So here are the total 4 hydrogens, so it means we need to add here 2. So it means 2 mole of hydrogen gas react with 1 mole of oxygen to form 2 moles of water molecule. Okay, now question number 3.5. 3.5 shows the data about different ways of power electric cars. So here like the hydrogen fuel cell and recharge lithium ion battery, like the time taken to refuel or recharge in minutes, so that is time consuming. Here we can compare the two cells, and also we can like compare the distance traveled before refueling and recharging in miles, and like then the so on. Now we will see, like evaluate the use of the hydrogen fuel cell compared with the recharge lithium ion batteries to power electric car. Use table 1 and your own knowledge. So we have to write here the answer, because that is like the 6 marks answer. So first of all we need to compare the time when we compare the time, so it means that the hydrogen fuel cell, like time for refueling a fuel cell is faster than recharging or rechargeable lithium ion batteries. So first of all, here I am going to write, like in case of time, that is like the fuel cell that is faster, while the batteries are like rechargeable batteries, lithium ion batteries, that is slower. That is the first case. Now the second one, like a fuel cell, now we are going to like compare the distance or range. So for the distance or range, we need to write here range. So range, when we compare the range, so we will see that the fuel cell has greater range as compared to rechargeable ion battery. So it means we need to write here greater, and here is smaller. Okay, third one, distance traveled per unit of energy in kilometer. Like when we see here that the lithium ion batteries consume more energy as compared to fuel cell. So it means here the energy consume, E consume, that is in the rechargeable batteries, that will be more, while the fuel cell consume less energy. Or like the lithium ion uses more energy as compared to fuel cell. Okay, the next one, that is cost of refueling or recharging in, like when we compare the cost, so during the comparison of cost, so cost of recharging much less than the refueling. So it means here less, while the fuel cell is more. So that is enough knowledge. So then we can evaluate the use of hydrogen fuel cell compared with the rechargeable lithium ion batteries to power the electric cars. Okay, now move to the next question. Question number 4. Like the representation, like here is the fig 3 represent different models of atom. Here A, B, C, D, and E. Question is, which diagram shows plum pudding model or plum pudding model? So as we know that the plum pudding model is actually like here B. Why? Because we know it's just like the electrons are embedded in the atom, and the atom, like the central part, contain a positive, while the electrons are present, like the electrons are embedded in the atomic sphere. So that is actually describe the plum pudding model. So here the 4.1 answer will be B. Okay, next question, which diagram shows the model of the atom developed from the alpha particle scattering experiment? So from the alpha particle scattering experiment, here is the indication of 4 positive. 4 positive is actually for the like the alpha particles. Okay, so here the answer will be C. Okay, next question, that which diagram shows the model of the atom resulting from Bohr works? So from the Bohr works, so actually that is the representation of like working on the shell, working on the orbits, and there like that is actually number A, describe the like the Bohr works. So here the answer will be A. Okay, next question is define the mass number of the proton. So mass number of the proton, as we know that the sum of proton and neutron. So we have to write like the sum of proton and neutron present in the nucleus, that equal to mass number of an atom. Okay, next question is like elements has two isotopes. Their mass numbers are 69 and 71. The percentage abundance of each isotope is 60% of 69, 40% of 71. Estimate the relative atomic mass of the element. Tick one of the box. So it means that here is 60% and 40%, and the atomic masses are, or the mass numbers are 69 and 71. So it means that will be in between 69.5 and 70, because when we calculate it, so we will see that is in between 69.5 and 70. Not like, because that is 60% is 69 and 40% is 71. So it means number C is more favorable, more like when we estimated that. Okay, 4.6. 4.6 is like the Chadwick experiment work on the atoms led to the better understanding of isotopes. Explain how his work led to this understanding. So 3 marks question. So first of all, as we know that the Chadwick experiment, that is like it provided the evidence to show the existence of neutron. Existence of neutrons. That is the first, like the identification of Chadwick works or Chadwick experiment. So as we know that this was necessary because the isotopes have the same number of protons. Because how his work led to this understanding, because the isotopes are the atoms of same element, or you can say that the isotopes have same number of protons. Have the same number of protons. Okay, next question is question number 5. Question number 5 is a student investigate the temperature changes in displacement reaction between the metal and copper sulfate solution. So here is like the temperature change that the table is given. Now the question is plot the data from the table 2 on a fig 4 as a bar chart. So first of all, as we can see here, the metals are present on along x-axis, while the temperature increasing in like degree Celsius, that is along y-axis. So here the temperature is, the range start from 0 to 43 normally. So here we can write like 0, then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So first of all, here the copper is, I am going to write Cu. So copper is actually that is 0. Temperature rise in degree Celsius, that is 0. So here we need to put a line over on x-axis like that. Okay, the next one, iron, that is 13. So it means here Fe, the iron is 13. So it would be round about here. Okay, the next one, that is magnesium. Magnesium is about like 43. So for the magnesium, here first of all we need to write Mg, and that is 43. Okay, so that it. Okay, the next one, the last one, that is zinc. Zinc is about 17. So here we need to write Zn, that is 17. So that is the representation of the metals on the graph along with the temperature. Okay, 5.2. The student concluded that the reaction between the metal and copper sulfate solutions are endothermic. Give one reason why this conclusion is not correct. Because when we see that during this reaction the temperature is increases, so that's why that conclusion is not correct. So here, because the temperature increases. Okay, the next question. The temperature change depend on the reactivity of the metal. The student's result are used to place copper, iron, magnesium and zinc in order of their reactivity. Describe a method to find the position of unknown metal in this reactivity series. Your method should give a valid result. So here first of all, as we know that the suitable method describe the observations or the measurement required to place in order. So first, that is like an indication of how result would be used to place the unknown metal in the reactivity series. So here we can use a control variable to give a valid result. So here we can use a different approaches to find out. So first of all, I am going to write the approach 1. For approach 1, here add the unknown metal to copper sulfate solution, because here we have 4 metals like copper, magnesium, zinc and iron. So here we need to find an unknown position of an unknown metal in the reactivity series. So first of all, we need to add unknown metal to copper sulfate. Like for example, X will going to add it in copper sulfate solution. Okay, the next one, now we need to measure the temperature change. Measure the temperature change. Okay, the next one, that is place the metal. Now when we measure the temperature, so we will see that what's the temperature in the Celsius. So now we need to place the metal in order of temperature change. So it means the third step, that is place the metal according to the temperature change or in order of temperature change. Okay, now 5.4. That is the approach 1. So it means we can like use the approach 2 as well. Here I'm going to give you hint. In approach 2, like in 5.3, the approach 2 is about like here add metal to the salt solution. Like salt solution is like here is copper sulfate. Like here is unknown metal, like the metal that is like metal to add metal to the salt solution of the other metals, because here is like the mixture that contain a salt solution and we need to put that unknown metal as well in that mixture. Now heat the metal with oxides of the other metal. So it means the second step is heating, and then measure the temperature change only if salt used or salt solution is used, or observe whether any chemical change occur or not. So it means place the metal in order of the temperature change, or compare whether there is a reaction to place in correct order. So we can write approach 1 or approach 2. I think approach 1 is more suitable. Okay, now 5.4. So 5.4 is about like draw a fully labeled reaction profile for the reaction between zinc and copper sulfate solution on Fig 5. So here we need to find the zinc and copper sulfate solution. So Fig 5, here is the Fig 5. Like here we can use the temperature from here. So temperature is increasing or decreasing like along with the use of the like zinc with copper sulfate, like reaction profile for the reaction between zinc and copper sulfate solution. So for that we need to label the correct shape for the exothermic reaction, because here the exothermic reaction occur. So for that we need to put here the reactant like R, and then there will be an activation energy, and then here the product. So please remember, like for the exothermic reaction, the reactants will be present at higher like the stage as compared to product, or you can say that the energy level of the reactant that will be higher as compared to the product. So that is the activation energy, and then here is the product, and here is the reactant. So I think it's enough for today, and in the next video we will continue that topic. So if you like our video, then like, subscribe our channel. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.